Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Shweds, and in this video I'm going to tweet on inspiring you to bake and decorate cakes that are unique and economical. And when my son was 4, he asked me if I could bake his cake that year, and that was my reason to explore the world of baking and cake decorating. While there are a lot of recipes and videos on baking or cake decorating, what I really needed was the confidence to get started. And once I did, never stopped. Gradually it became a sweet custom and more of a mom and son pact, where each year he would look forward to the cake and I'm supposed to customize it based on something that he's enjoyed the most and that year. At first I kept it really simple. It was a round shaped cake, single layered, 2D. Then gradually started experimenting with cake frosting, flavors, and on my son's request, complicated figurines such as the rocket. Some years it was a great cake, some years it was okay, but that didn't matter. What mattered most was how he bragged to his teacher and to his friends of how special that made him feel. So with that experience, I'd say I wish I'd started sooner. But if you haven't, maybe it's time to give it a try. My favorite cake. This year I baked a chocolate flavored cake with Fortnite theme, which was a real hit with him and his friends. So after a lot of practice and goof-ups in the last couple of years, I have a set way to make this happen. Here's how I plan it. Based on the theme and how complicated it is, I start my research at least 1 to 2 weeks prior and then set timelines for each activity to avoid being overwhelmed and stressed out. Part of the research is also to decide on the cake flavor, the frosting, whether to layer or crumb coat, and the type of fondant. I go back to my drawing board and roughly sketch out an image of the cake I've visualized to list out the different shapes and figurines, the different fondant colors, and the amount required for each shape and color. Next, I start to prepare fondant with 2 main ingredients, marshmallow and powdered sugar, using butter and water to melt and knead it until I get a firm yet stretchable dough. I then divide it into required portions to start adding the colors. I use liquid food colors, more or less depending on the density and the shades I prefer. After a few hours of colored mess, the fondant was finally ready. You can refreeze it in airtight containers and defrost them when ready to cover the figurines, which is our next step. Figurines can be shaped from ready-made Rice Krispie bars for a less messy option, or like I prefer, combine puffed rice to melted marshmallows or jaggery and mold it while it's hot and gooey. This can be stored in your refrigerator alongside the fondant until you're ready to decorate. Decorating figurines is an exciting activity before the cake assembly. Just like pottery or clay, take small portions, roll it, carve it, pinch it, cut it, and enjoy playing with that art until you put life into those figurines. You can save this piece of art in an airtight container in the freezer until the day of assembly. Next step, baking. On this occasion, I used a ready cake mix to increase excitement with a 2-tier cake. Up next, frosting and crumb coating. The different frosting types make it hard to choose from, but this time I used chocolate ganache, which is 1 part of semi-sweet chocolate melted with heavy cream, giving it a delightful gooey chocolate flavor. In the final steps, layer the cake with frosting of your choice. I used whipped cream and then covered it in ganache to allow a smooth surface for the fondant to roll. Top it up with your figurines and you're ready to celebrate. So if you've enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, or leave your comments. And most important, give it a try. Remember, you don't have to be a professional baker or a cake decorator to be that person who can amaze and bring smiles and excitement into the lives of the people you love. Till then, keep watching and bake your next cake. Thank you.